Monovan Digital, we help businesses navigate the digital landscape. We recognize that it is crazy out there. So many channels, so many platforms, so many things to think about while managing the day to day operations of your business. We provide you with actionable solutions to market your business online and achieve your business goals. Hello, and welcome to the top 7 digital marketing trends at 7 p.m. I am Tamara Molui, founder of Monovan Digital Marketing Solutions, and we help businesses navigate the digital landscape. So excited to be here tonight. Tonight, we are on episode 11 of our digital marketing bootcamp and digital marketing reality show. Here we are working with 4 businesses, 4 amazing businesses, really helping them to achieve their business goals through digital marketing. What we're doing with these businesses is just so awesome, okay? They are working with every marketing expert you can think of that can help them pull together a holistic digital marketing plan. And then they're going to implement it. And then they're going to come back and tell us how great it worked. So far, they've worked with branding experts. They've worked with design experts. They've worked with someone in pricing and target audience, SEO, content creation, Pinterest. I mean, every expert you can think of, they have worked with these businesses. They're getting so much information, and really we're seeing them starting to implement and work their digital marketing plan. I know it's been overwhelming. The boot camp has been great, but it's been a lot of fun too. And I can't wait for us to see the amazing, awesome results come season 3 from these businesses. Today is going to be great. Every week has been great so far because it's really the building blocks. And this week we are on email marketing. Okay. So email marketing, sometimes email marketing does not get enough of visibility. Email marketing is that thing that can really drive revenue for your business, right? Because if you are building a loyal base of customers and talking to them continuously, they are the people that will be the advocates for your brand, and they are the people that will buy from you. So it is such an awesome part of digital marketing and such an important part of digital marketing that as small businesses, sometimes we kind of miss the mark with email. But lucky for us, we have the email gurus in the building today. Well, one of the gurus from AWeber. I am so excited. AWeber, the team at AWeber, thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. Emily McGuire from AWeber is here, and she works with the businesses, and she's going to come through and drop her top 7, talk with us at the businesses and see what they did. So excited. So I'm going to bring her to the stage right now. Yay. Emily, how are you? How are things? Welcome to the top 7 digital marketing trends at 7 p.m.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, man. So thank you so much for doing this. The fact that we had AWeber here was just like the team. Everyone was just like, oh my God, we're in the major leagues now. We have the email marketing experts. And I mean, I know, for us, this was really exciting. So tell people who you are, tell them a little bit about AWeber, and tell them a little bit about what you do for AWeber.
Yeah, so again, I'm Emily McGuire. I've been an email marketer for about 8 years now, and I've worked with businesses from solopreneurs, coaches, consultants, to tech startups, to large e-commerce and tech and SaaS businesses. So it's run the gamut, and nonprofits as well, on who I've helped with freelancing and consulting and working in-house for. And recently I came on over to AWeber as their customer evangelist to help get their message out about how we help small businesses grow their business through email marketing. So I love talking to small businesses about their email marketing because, these are the people with the passion, right?
Right.
And they're trying to build something, build their dreams. And I'm so happy to be able to help them do that through email marketing, because I've seen it be really powerful, bringing in revenue. And I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. So I love sharing my mistakes so people don't have to make them.
Oh, we love that. I think people, when they think about digital marketing, they're always thinking about social media. Social media gets so much visibility and so much airtime. Email marketing is like the secret that people are missing out on, right? It is the thing that, if you have a campaign, if you have a loyal database of people and you have a campaign that you're running, you can run to your email database first. You can test things with them. They're the people that tell you the truth. They have purchased from you already. And you know what I mean? Like, it's where you get to build community. Can you tell I love email?
After my own heart.
No, I think it's such an important piece of the puzzle, and I'm so glad you were able to work with these businesses to get that to help them get to that piece of the puzzle. So talk a little bit about what was it like, because these businesses were so different, right?
Yeah, we had an NGO, e-commerce, somebody in the education space. It's really fun to talk to people because everybody's at a different stage with their business,
Right.
more comfortable in some areas than others. But usually I find that there are some foundational pieces for any email marketing program, no matter the size of the business,
Right.
that is always worth revisiting and getting down solid before you move on to other pieces.
Absolutely. Well, I love that. So, Emily, I think it's time for you to give us your top seven. So, I know you have that here. I'm going to put it on the screen and you can run through your top seven for everyone listening in.
Yeah. So first and foremost, number one is keep it simple. People often like to jam as much information as possible into their emails. So I like to tell people to keep it focused on one main theme, but always also include a call to action with what you want your subscribers to do with your email. Number two is tell stories in your emails to make your audience feel good about your brand. People buy from a place of emotion, right? They buy from how they're feeling. And so feeling good helps you build that relationship with your subscribers. So telling your story about your business, especially if you're a small business, it helps humanize you. Tell stories about how your business impacts other people, your customers, or if you're a nonprofit, who your nonprofit's helping. And number three, I already mentioned this, but have a call to action in every email that drives subscribers to your offers. So make sure that people know how to buy from you, or how to take that next step in their relationship with you, and make it really clear on what that is. Often people get too focused on the content and forget to guide people through their sales cycle. Excuse me one moment. I'm getting over a little cold, so I've got to clear my throat here for a second. Ooh, okay. Number four is use your social media presence to promote your email list. People often struggle with list growth, but they don't realize that they already have a social media following that's ready to join their email list. So if you post about your email list through your social media, you not only have social media content, but you're also driving your social media followers to your email list. Number five, create a landing page to direct your audience to your email sign up. Excuse me. Don't just dump them on your homepage and tell them to find out how to sign up for your email list. Create a landing page specifically devoted to that. It'll make sharing your email list sign up much easier for you and your audience. Number six, send more than one email about a special offer you have running. Often people get busy and distracted. They may have seen your email, they may have opened it, they may have even read it, but that doesn't mean that they took the action they intended to take. So if you have a special offer, something you're launching, a special campaign, send more than one email about it to make sure that you're reaching as many people as possible who signed up on your list. Number seven, make your email content about your audience's goals and the problems you help them solve. So as long as you're aligning all of your content in your email around that, and then plugging your offers into it, it's a really easy way to make sure that you are making sure your audience feels understood, so that they trust you and are excited to purchase from you.
Emily, thank you for doing that. I know you're not feeling so well. You're getting over a cold, but thank you so much. That was so good. All right,
Yeah, I'm getting better. It's just like the last stage of it. And I'm like,
got you.
I'm
Got
done.
you.
I'm ready for this to be over.
Well, I'm going to bring Jamie to the stage. Jamie, how are you today? Jamie, introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are and tell them about your business.
Hi, Tamara and Emily. I'm Jamie Snell. I am the founding owner of Eco Crates of America, subscription brand business for moms looking for non-toxic homes. So I do all the work for them, vet all the products, test everything personally, and help make sure that they get products that are safe for their family, their children, and their pets.
Oh, good stuff. Well, Jamie, talk to us a little bit about what it was like working with Emily and really wrapping your head around email marketing. And talk a little bit about where were you with email marketing before Emily and after Emily.
So email marketing was probably one of the most difficult things for me to begin with. I procrastinated a lot on it because I just couldn't understand it. I kept trying to figure out how it all worked with the technology and the communications. And at one point I just said, I don't know what I'm doing. And that's when I reached out and hired a virtual assistant to try and help me just set it up and get it going. And I'm grateful that I did. And I let her manage it for a while. But I started asking questions, because I wanted to learn how to do it myself. Now, it was still like ebb and flow, touch and go. But once meeting with Emily, and we actually met like over 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. We met a little while ago. But right after I met with her, I'm like, I can do this. I can do this myself. And so I asked my girl, I'm like, okay, can you help me with this and this? But I don't need you as many hours because I need to start doing this. And I did. And I started getting more committed to my weekly emails, getting a little bit more personal with them, not just a fact of this or that, but like an actual story of what I'm doing or what I'm going through, or just life as a mom. I'm a mom first, and then I'm, eco-conscious and eco-friendly. So it's always the mom first. So just getting more real and personal in my emails. And it's felt really good. Another thing that I wasn't doing, and it's been pinned to start doing, is to advertise my landing pages more, to try to get more email addresses. I generally just put one out there and then just let it sit. I don't really rotate. And she was very encouraging to once a week post your freebie that you've already created. Just put it back out there. People haven't, not everybody's seen it yet. So to continue to just recycle the same information, maybe with different words, but it's the same freebie or the same encouragement to try and entice those email addresses so I can continue to grow the email database list.
Oh, I love that. Look at you sounding like an email marketer. Emily, how you feeling? Proud over there?
Oh, I'm so glad you got to take some action and got some useful advice out of it.
So, Emily, where did you see that Jamie could, once you heard about Jamie's business and, the sustainability, the eco-friendly, all that good stuff, I'm sure you got excited and saw lots of potential. What are some of the things that you saw where Jamie could really take her email marketing strategy?
Yeah, so I think mainly just, getting more consistent, right? Excuse me. And telling more stories, especially about the products, right? Because you have different products in your box every month, why you're excited about them, what impact they've made for you. And so I think, you taking those stories and really making them your own is really great to hear.
I love that. So, Jamie, what have you, since you've sent out some of the emails, what have you seen? Have you seen more engagement? What have you seen with this email database that you have so far?
So I have not seen much of a change yet. But again, like it's just 2 weeks ago, I started getting a little bit more personal with it. I was actually working on my newsletter today. I try to send it out by the 10th of every month. So I was working on that today with that in mind. But I was able to also understand how the workflows work a little bit better. And I think you remember a while back, I had an influencer do an unboxing. And I was encouraged after speaking with Emily, I created an additional email in one of those workflows that's just like, hey, here's some social proof for you. Enjoy watching. And then click this button to order when you're done. And then with that, I learned how to do the coding for a jump link, a word I'd never heard of before I spoke with Emily. So that jump link is now written into my email trail. And I love how everything is starting to build on each other, as we talked about in the beginning, where I first said, I feel like an atom that's split apart and I don't know how it's all going to come back together. I feel like I'm just going to be shrapnel everywhere. And it's finally starting, a little bit of it is starting to kind of stick and make sense and build. And I love that feeling. It's just like a little bit of a completeness. I can see how it's going to start coming together. And so I'm excited to do more of what she shared, more of what she taught me, and to see what the impact's going to be.
Awesome. So do you have new goals for like how many people you want to collect by the end of the year? Have you set some emails?
Oh, for sure. I do. I definitely have goals on how many I want to collect, how I'm going to collect them, and being more consistent about engaging in the community that I have and asking for that sale, because that's not something I do naturally.
Right.
I just like to share what I have, and I trust that the universe will take care of the rest. And I think that as a business owner, I have to get a little bit more serious and intentional about, this is why you need this. This is what I have to offer, and you're really missing out if you don't have it. So just getting more confident in that. And so putting some of that in one of my emails a month, which I really haven't been doing. I haven't been pushing the sales because I'm so passionate about the material. Right. So, I don't want people to get lost on the sales aspect and lose the message, but I can't work to get better about that.
Awesome. Asking for the sale. We love that. Leveraging email to ask for the sale, which is a great way to go. The jump link, check you out learning new terms in email marketing. I don't know, like the more I talk to you, the more convinced I am that you are an email marketer. I'm sure you're also thinking about your segments as well, how to start segmenting people. And using Aweber, how has that been for you?
So I have not tried Aweber.
Okay,
I just met with Emily about it.
Gotcha.
I was already locked into another program that I'm currently still comfortable with because it's very basic. And sometimes, actually all the time, I get decision fatigue. So you give me too many options. If it's too complicated, then I end up avoiding it like the plague. So right now, as I'm continuing to learn and build and grow, the simpler the better. But I think Aweber would be a wonderful opportunity down the road as I continue to expand my audience and I have more needs.
Absolutely. It is a great solution. We here love it. We love the service. We love the customer service. We love the team. And that's why Emily is here. Emily, do you hear Jamie sounding like an email marketer? How proud.
I know, right? But I mean, forgetting to push your offers is a common thing I hear from people. And I get it. Like, especially with email, I think people get really scared that, we see so many email campaigns that are solely focused on the sale, and you don't want to be that person, right? You don't want to be that brand. But you've got bills to pay. And, you're getting people excited. You might as well help them find the product that you are also excited about. So like putting that in front of them and making it easy for them to access is actually helping them like get access to the tools that you're so passionate about.
I love that. I love that. So we do have a question in the chat. When you send more than one email about a special offer, do you rework the campaign or just the title? So I'm assuming if you send that email and you need to send it again, what are you reworking? Emily, do you have an answer for that question for us?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the special offer. But yeah, coming at it from different angles, maybe just introducing what that special offer is, then giving some social proof around it, customer reviews, a customer story about it, and then like a final chance kind of email. Those are different messages you can try out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Aura, hope that answers your question. Thank you for asking. Jamie, well, this was awesome. I'm excited to see what happens. I can't wait to sign up for your email and start getting your emails. I'm excited to see what happens as you move through the process and as we start getting these email results and you start building that database. But email is going to be such an important part of your strategy as you move forward. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you both. Have a wonderful evening.
You as well. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. So next, you're welcome. You're welcome. So next, we are going to talk a little bit about Uche and his NGO. So Uche is, I know it was just that. Uche and his business, I love it, right? The fact that what Ruai Africa, what they're doing is really pulling together different little projects that help people in Nigeria, right? He is from Nigeria and he's working to raise donations, but the work that he's putting in, sometimes it's about someone needing a home. One person had their home burned down and they were rebuilding a home. They built a school. There was a school, but then they needed to build fruit trees for the kids so that they didn't have to leave the school to go find something to eat. So Uche has been working this almost on the grassroots level with some solutions, but we started really jumping in to help him a little bit more, help him really flesh out that strategy. And now he is on Aweber. He has an email set up. I have all kind of stuff to show you, but what did you think about working with Uche, Emily?
I loved his mission, and it's really interesting to hear some of the stories that they had to share about the impact of his work, including like just resource sharing. One donation, I think he mentioned, some farm equipment that would go into a community that would go to one person. It would not stay with that one person. That person would share it with the entire community. So the impact of a donation or volunteer time went way beyond one person, it impacted an entire community. And what I found was, as we were talking about his different audiences, was the most impactful content he could share in his email, again, is stories, those impact stories. How is volunteer time helping communities and the real people it's impacting, and how are donations of materials or money impacting people? And those stories will not only lead into requesting donations and volunteer time, but donations and volunteer time, period, right? Like, it doesn't matter what you're asking for in those emails. Those impact stories will guide people to want to donate in those ways.
Absolutely, 100%. So Uche usually can't join us because, of course, it's the wee hours of the morning over in Nigeria. But lucky for us, he sent us a little audio clip, so we have some.
When we started the planning of our campaign, one of the critical or basic tool that we required that will help us run a successful campaign was to have a robust email marketing platform or template. The previous one that we were using didn't have all the features that we need or we required. So having Aweber on board is something that I know that will help us reach our goal. So we had a meeting with Emily where we discussed a whole lot of opportunities and how to set up our Aweber template, which is going to help us to run our campaign smoothly. We looked up about short-term and long-term email marketing strategy, talking about our ambassador program and overall campaign of the organization. Aweber helps in setting up the landing page and related emails. And I tell you, it is a software to beat. And I am particularly grateful and thankful that Tamara and her team were able to make this possible. So with this, I think in no distant time, we're going to have our campaign started. And this campaign will be a huge success. Though the starting might have experienced some setbacks and delays, but it is better that we get everything, well fixed so that when we start running, everything will have to move smoothly. I am actually happy that we have Aweber.
So we have Aweber, and you know what, Emily? I have a little bit of a surprise for you. I want to show you. Drum roll, please. I am going to show you our Aweber email. So this is the email from Rural Watch Africa Initiative. When people sign up for the ambassador program, we created a landing page, and this is the email. And then you get an opportunity to download the ambassador kit. Right. I kind of have this all here in the email. So you get an opportunity to download the ambassador kit. And then what happens is as you click through, here are the social media posts for the ambassadors, all the email templates, and all the links, and it takes them to different folders on a Google Drive. So once people sign up to become an ambassador, they will get that email, and then they will be able to download this ambassador kit. So now these folks will now go into that specific segment that says, hey, these are the ambassadors for Ruai Initiative Africa. What do you think?
That is so cool. I love that they were able to do that. And that was a beautiful PDF.
Yeah, so Maria, who is here with us doing design, she's been helping behind the scenes, as well as Victor and my team has been working with Uche behind the scenes to really, make sure and get the work done right. Uche is boots on the ground in Nigeria, so he's sometimes planting a tree, helping a family. So what we've been doing is really helping him to execute, get the campaigns running, so he can get the campaign really fully running. We're also working on his website, so we should have all those things in motion, so we can start really taking full advantage, getting people to become ambassadors for him. So the emails are set up. He's really excited by what he's seeing, and we've been able to transfer over the emails from the former provider over to Aweber. So now we're ready to rock and roll. We have some other autoresponder emails, so he is pretty much set up. Good, and ready to go.
I'm so excited for him and to see what that work does.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be game changing for him and game changing for, I don't know if you got a chance to see the digital marketing plan, but really and truly what we're trying to do is get him to a space where he can raise $100,000 in the next 12 months. So leveraging email as a part of it, I think is going to be really, really important as we move forward. So really excited about where things are going with Uche. So definitely, guys, stay tuned. You're going to see, the new website happen. You're going to see everything happen. Stay tuned. Super excited about it. All right. So as we move along, we have to bring Michelle Singh to the stage. Super excited about Michelle coming. Michelle always has a t-shirt drop when she's here, by the way, right? She always says something that we feel like we need to put it in a t-shirt. Michelle, welcome to the stage. How are you? Introduce yourself. Tell people who you are. Tell them what you do.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle Singh. I am a school achievement strategist and CEO of LCTE Learning Solutions. We're a premier educational consulting firm that's focused on professional development and programs for teachers in the K through 12 educational space. Our strategy helps teachers to build quality relationships and more trusting relationships with their students, as well as bridge cultural gaps that exist in all of education. So that's a little about me and my company.
Well, thank you for sharing. And Michelle, I have to tell you, the talk track gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And I think you're at that point now where it's just rolling off your tongue at this point.
Well, thank you all for the help. It helps to practice it every week.
Every week, right? So good. So Michelle, talk a little bit about what it was like working with Emily, thinking about email marketing, because I know every week is this building block and it's this new set of homework and all these things that happen that you have to get done. So how was email marketing for you?
So the conversation with Emily, for me, it was like really smooth and it was quick. And like, even though it was quick, I have a page of notes. We started the conversation. Emily asked me what my pain points were. And so I had to identify two things that I identified as my pain points was trying to differentiate the language and the messaging that I use for my two groups, my administrators who are the decision makers, and then the teachers who are the implementers or the end users, right? Because the language and the messaging has to be different for both because they have different roles. And so we talked about that as a pain point, as well as like, of course, we've talked about this, Tam, with my jargon, my education jargon, and simplifying the message so that it's not, I'm not talking at people, right? And so we talked about that. So it was really helpful. One of the things that I've applied already to what I've been doing is Emily mentioned that I should start when I'm creating, whether it's the email campaign or even my landing pages, to start with the most lucrative audience. That would be, of course, the administrators, because they have that fiduciary responsibility. So I had gone into my entreport and I duplicated the landing pages that I created. And I made one for admin and one for teachers. And I changed the language in them so that it is more targeted toward those groups. And then I started building a new page for something else that I'm doing. And I started with the admin. And I found that to be so much easier because when I started with the admin, that was the heavy stuff. Right? Like that's the heavy stuff. And then when I duplicated that to create a teacher page, I was able to just take things out and make it simpler. So that was really helpful. So thank you for that, Emily.
I'm glad that was helpful.
Awesome. So Emily, talk a little bit about working with Michelle and her business.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible to work with people who are helping educators first and foremost. That's such a great, so important, right? But we talked a lot about messaging, I think, and how to structure an email when you're trying to do some outreach. And I think the big thing is that we talked about was, first of all, make it about them first. What are their challenges? How do you get it? What's your expertise? And then how do you offer solutions to help solve those challenges? And in Michelle's case, she is offering an event. And so, how do you position that event as a solution to those pain points? Right. And so that's how I approach most of my messaging. And it's true for most marketing channels, but in email, you really get the chance to be to tell that story and be personable about it too. And that's what we talked a lot too about, just being human and writing like you're talking, which can be hard for people. And I think one of the things I recommended was just like talk and record yourself, transcribe it, and see what you can pull out of that in terms of copy.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. That's such a great point. So Michelle, have you just been writing those emails? Have you pulled together your sequences, your workflows?
Yeah, I actually have. And I've been reworking my challenges, right, into questions and statements so that those fit in with the solutions that I'm offering for the different groups. Emily was really great about walking me through what a template would look like. And the template, for two groups, right? For cold outreach emails, as well as template for people who are already engaged. Because my first contact is going to be for this live event that I'm doing. A lot of it is going to be cold. So we talked about like what the messaging and what the structure for those emails should look like versus for people who are already engaged with me. So that was also helpful. That's why I have a page of notes. We talked about frequency in messaging. We talked about like separating my lists, my opt-in lists, right? So I have my admin list. So the admin gets the admin specific emails, and the teacher list. So the teachers get the teacher specific emails. And something that I'm always worried about is being redundant in what I say, right? On the landing page, the same information, I'm going to have similar information from the landing page in the emails. And I was always worried about that. But then Emily kind of reassured and said that repetition is like a powerful marketing strategy. So I am more comfortable being redundant now.
Repetition is the marketing strategy because, you never know where someone's getting your message. You never know where they're walking through your funnel, right? They could be coming in at the top. They could hear everything that you say. They could be coming in the last 5 minutes by the time you're saying goodbye. You know what I mean? They could have just liked how you said that. So repetition is key. And then you want to think about things in smaller bite-sized versions, long form versions, because that's how you really kind of gauge that engagement. So repeat yourself. I cannot say it enough. The talk track, all the things that you say, repeat yourself. And then people kind of catch things here and there. They're so busy. They have so much going on. So definitely it's okay to be redundant in marketing.
Correct. Yeah. And I'm okay with doing that now. I feel comfortable doing that now.
before you're like, no, I can't do it.
That's a big no, especially as an English teacher. You're like, nope,
Right.
don't be, you know.
Right.
And so now I'm being told the opposite, so I have to embrace it.
Right. Well, different methodologies, different, circumstances. And when you're writing papers, don't be redundant, right? When you're doing marketing, you definitely want to make sure people are getting the message. So I absolutely agree with that. Akil is saying, he's like, sorry, ladies, I'm late. You're here now. That's all that matters. And hopefully you get some great information. So Michelle, I'm excited about what we look forward to seeing with your emails, what you do with your email campaigns, now that you can really talk to your administrators and talk to the teachers, with the same messaging, but different elements of that messaging. And I think you've talked to us about how you found ways to simplify it. Emily, any words of advice before Michelle goes away? Any amazing words of advice that she needs to, kind of put into the strategy as she moves forward, or you gave it to her all already?
I mean, just keep rocking it, like you're doing powerful work, and I'm really rooting for your success because the world needs you.
Thank you. The one last thing, the third time I've heard someone tell me about LinkedIn. So Emily also mentioned LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And for quality contacts. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Telling you, and I told you I've been playing around with Sales Navigator. So I actually did it for the first month, the free Sales Navigator for the month, and I really like what I see. So just because all of a sudden I'm really starting to tap into more small businesses, bankers that are small business bankers, right? So really getting into those to the people, and then to the people around the people, because that's important as well in building out the network. So Sales Navigator, they give a 30-day free opportunity. I think try it out, see what happens, and see what you get from it. And then I think it's 99 after that. You determine if there's value in that for you. But LinkedIn is a place to go, even from an organic strategy standpoint. It is definitely the right place to be for your target audience.
Yeah.
Instagram's cute.
On LinkedIn a lot. Yes.
Right. Instagram's cute. Right. But no, definitely check out LinkedIn. So let us know as you move through that process, as you are working the strategy. Let me know if you have any questions. We're happy to help.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Emily. Nice to meet you.
Take care. Have a great night, Michelle.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Oh, Emily, do you see how everyone's coming up and they're just like, they learn so much, they get the job done. It's so exciting every week to just watch them take the information in from every expert and really just hone in and say, hey, this is the work that I need to get done to really get to this holistic strategy. As a marketer, I am so proud.
I know. And it's so fun to watch everybody progress week by week.
Absolutely, 100%. So next, we're going to bring Kimnique from Raise of Vibration to the stage. What's going on, Kimnique? How are you? Namaste.
Namaste. I'm well. How are you? How are you guys?
Good energy vibes. Good. Everything is good so far. Thank you for joining us tonight. So email marketing, Kimnique, talk about it.
Well, yes, email marketing is definitely like a new playground for me. And everything is new. This whole process is new. It's just so much layers to different aspects of how to market. So emailing is just like, I feel the most critical part is just like keeping that ongoing relationship with the customers that I do have and anyone that signs up on the website. And so far, like what I've gained from the meeting is that that I can repurpose my content and send it out into the emails as well, like the stuff that I've been posting on my Instagram page. And this is all a buildup because this is like stuff that I've been told also from previous episodes from experts as well. But it just comes full circle into going into doing the actual email marketing. And so with that, I'm just going to take all the information I have that I've been posting, and I've been working on like looking at all of my pillars, my content pillars, and how to like disperse information out. And with email marketing, I just feel like I'm not as comfortable with it yet, just because it's something very new to me. And I'm not sure if I should start with the small amount of subscribers that I have, or if I should just start doing it. So she also suggested like using a welcome series email. So every time someone signs up, they receive like that welcome email, and they may get like one per week or whatever. And then I can have a different like group where they're more seasoned, and they would get a different set of emails. So just knowing that I can categorize all of the different type of new email subscribers is very helpful, because I just was like, should I start now or should I wait till I get a little bit of, more like, so.
Right. Yeah, you should start now.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
have one subscriber.
I did actually set up my welcome email. And so that part I did. So I'm not completely not doing anything, but it's just good to know that I could do like different series or whatever. So I didn't really understand how that worked. So I get it now. So
Good. Well, that's 90% of it. So, Emily, you met with Raise a Vibration. You know how it's, we Kim cuts in, we're like, Namaste, where's the incense? Where's the sage? So, what did you think about the brand, and what was it like working with Kim Neek?
I mean, first of all, meditation is a big part of my life now. And so I was really excited to be able to talk about somebody who's helping people harness that. And actually, what's funny is, I mean, it's not funny, but at AWeber, we have a meditation group, a morning meditation group. I don't think I mentioned that to you. It's one of my favorite parts. Every morning at 8:45 a.m., there's a small group of us that meets and does a virtual guided meditation together for 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love AWeber even more now.
And it's really helped me get consistent with my practice. I was mentioning it's been really hard to getting consistent with anything is really hard. Mm-hmm. But anyway, but I worked in e-commerce, and so I was happy to share my experience with that. And one of the things that I thought of that I didn't mention to you, Kimneek, is as you're developing those welcome emails, so some of the things I recommended, again, storytelling, right? Sharing why, and I know you have a lot of insight to share with people, but, sharing your story and some products and why they're so helpful and what value you found in them or customers have found in them. You can create those as, newsletters and send them out, and then add them to your welcome campaign. So they don't have to be separate. They don't have to be separate work. They can be things that you're just doing and then adding to your welcome campaign as you go.
Oh, okay.
Kim is like, what?
Yeah, that's so good.
If anything, like I've learned, I've worked on email teams. Like I worked on an email marketing team that there was like 12 of us just working on email. And I've also been the only person doing email. So I've learned how to be really efficient. And so, building an automated campaign and sending it to your list first, and then adding it to your automation is like, it's gold. Chef's kiss gold.
Automation, baby. That's the name of the game.
Exactly. So, and then the other thing we talked about was just, recycling your Instagram content or your social content, or taking some of those insight or some of the social posts you're sharing and turn that into an email. And then also just making sure you're plugging products while you're doing that too. Again, people get scared of being too salesy, and they don't want people to get turned off. And it's helpful to say, hey, I have all this insight to share, and here's more things that will help you. Let me give you the direct link. You can go right to it and buy it. So it's not pushy if you're giving people the value of it too.
Got it. Yeah. And also and also I remember you mentioned that I should do an abandoned cart email as well, like to catch those type of customers as well. So that's another thing that I seen it, but it's just like you bringing it to my attention and how valuable it is. I want to get on top of that like yesterday.
Yeah.
For sure. Because I see it in I believe it's in the analytics that I saw. Like it'll show you when people get to that page. I also have analytics on my website, and you'll see that like someone has actually went that far, but it's like they didn't go all the way with the buy. So
Yeah.
Being able to capture those as well and bring them back, like, hey, you forgot something, because I got those type of emails before too. So,
Right.
and it does make you come back. So I can see how
Yes.
it's very, very valuable to use that as well. So I do have my work cut out for me, but I mean, I'm enjoying it because at the end of the day, it's all coming together. Like everything is just coming together. And another thing that stood out to me, what you said was like that there is like within a month that 25% of was it 25% of those emails that may go out are original stuff, but the other stuff could be mostly like repurposed content that you just send out every month, and you shouldn't feel any way about it, because this is actually normal practice, and it's actually redundancy that makes people pay attention, because sometimes they may not have seen that content and it came out last month and it didn't, and I have certain things that I could be sending out every month, like I was saying, like, moon rituals and stuff like that, like that's a monthly thing, so I could definitely put out information. Like I feel like the type of stuff that I have on my website is so easy to like have that consistent topics that are going to be reminders for people to see, and they're going to enjoy that at the same time. So I actually feel very confident about this newsletter and how it's going to all come. It's going to really just bring more attention and bring more traffic to my website. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we talked about repetition again, and having those evergreen emails that as you start building emails, you're going to see what are people really interested in, and
Right.
the ones that get really good engagement, put those in your back pocket and send them out. Send the same email out 3 months from now. Very few people are going to notice. And I think people get really scared or people think they have to create new content all the time, and you don't. And something I tell people often, like a good email open rate is 20%. So that means 80% of your list never opened the email to begin with. But even the 20% who opened your email, just because they opened it doesn't mean that they read the email. And even if they read the email, doesn't mean that they remembered it or took the action that they intended to take. So it's sending the same content out again. A few months later, we have very short memories. Most people don't remember. So I do it all the time with clients I've worked with in the past. And when I had my own consulting business, I did it with my email list all the time, and nobody noticed.
No one ever called you and said, Emily, on May 14th,
How dare you?
I noticed that you sent me the same email.
Yeah, it's funny though. I for my consulting business, I had an email that I sent out, 6 months apart, and the same person replied to the email both times saying, "I love this email. It's the best thing ever." And they did not remember that they had replied to me 6 months before.
You were almost like, I know. Right? Because it means that they loved it the second time around.
Exactly.
But, you're like, it hit the mark, right? But no one is ever going to police you. There's no email. Well, there are email police, but they're not going to look at your content and be like, hey, you sent this email out already. Trudy Ann is in the building, and Trudy Ann is applauding. She is like, yes, yes, yes. I love it. So Kimnique, it sounds like email is now, you're like, all right, great, I can make email a part of my strategy. The other thing I was going to say is that every one of your product pages is probably an email within itself. I don't know if you saw her product pages, right? But there's a how to use it, how to do what you can use it for. Like each one of your product pages is probably an email. So you have so much content in there. So I mean, I think you can put together great emails giving people direction on rituals, on things that they would want to engage in. So I expect to see some high engagement emails from you as you move forward. Those mala beads you sent me, oh my goodness, I'm like, they're so good.
Yeah. I don't think we got a link to Kimnique's store on the show so far.
Say again?
I don't think I got a link to Kim Nick's show, so or store.
RaiseAVibration.com. Go to RaiseAVibration.com and check out the Raise a Vibration. I mean, everything on the store is awesome, awesome, awesome. Kim, I'm really excited about where you're going. I love the fact that this is a building block for you. Email has, pulled everything together, for you. And I think it's going to be exciting. And you'd already started to collect email addresses. So people were slowly giving you their email addresses. So
yes, they were definitely.
Now you have the autoresponders you can send them. You have an email strategy so they can start getting emails from you. And, let's go.
Yes. And I'm still like, so another thing is I have to incorporate the Aweber. I just signed up for Aweber like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I'm getting, used to it. Then on top of that, Pinterest, I had to incorporate that, which I know is going to really bring a lot of traffic, and that's going to grow my email list too. And then also, gosh, I lost my. She said I could integrate the Aweber into my commerce store. So that way it could pick up whatever abandoned carts I have, or if I have a customer, they will be added to that list and it'll tag it. So I'll know, okay, this one is from purchases that were made versus these customers or potential customers or whatever. So yes, it's a lot.
Segmentation, it sounds like, really being able to understand who's coming to your website, what they're doing, and being able to reconnect with those people that abandoned carts, because you know what, they probably just walked away to answer their phone and forgot you were there. And if you send them an email, they'll probably buy for you. And then if you add some retargeting to all those things, whew, it's going to be like a whole digital marketing strategy. An entire plan. Well, Kim Neek, thank you so much for joining us. This was awesome. Emily, this was awesome. Do you hear all these brands? So good, so good. Thank you for joining, Kim.
Thank you. Have a blessed night.
All right, you too. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Oh, Emily, this was so good. So you know what? It's 7:51. I'm going to ask you to do a quick recap of the top 7, because that's what we love the most. Whenever we're here at the top 7, we always do the recap so people can catch those 7 points and use those as practical solutions that they can implement into their business, because they were so good. So I'm going to put it up again. There you go.
Yeah. Number 1, keep it simple. I mean, everything, keep it simple. With your emails, focus on one theme. Tell stories. Number 2, don't forget to tell stories. That helps people feel good. It builds that emotional bond with your audience. Number 3, have a call to action in every email you send that plugs your offers. It doesn't have to be obvious. It doesn't have to be pushy or too salesy, but help people help you by including your offers in your emails. Number 4 is use your social media profiles to build your list. Post about your email list, your lead magnets, your offers, preview what's in your emails. Harness social media to build your email list. Number 5 is create a landing page for your email signups to help direct people to the right place to sign up for your email. Number 6, send more than one email about a special offer or event, as in one of our guest's case, to get them to take that action. We're competing with distractions all the time. And number 7, make your email content about your audience's goals and problems and how you help them solve it. And you help them solve it with whatever your offers are, whether that's services or products.
Oh, Emily, thank you for doing the top 7 again. We loved having you. Thank you to the Aweber team for really just agreeing to do this. This was really awesome. I know the businesses got a lot out of it. And I truly believe that email marketing is the way that every business should be going. They should definitely focus on that, because it can really add different layers to their strategy.
Absolutely. So happy to be here. I'm always happy to talk to small business owners. They have so much energy. They're so excited about what they're doing. And if I can play any role in that success, I feel like I won.
Well, we feel like we won here today at Monovan Digital. So thank you, Emily. You know what? And I know you're getting over a flu, so feel better. And you know what I mean? And then we will definitely continue to talk. We cannot wait. We'll invite you back to the season finale. And of course, once we get the results from the businesses next year, we will share those results with you. And we're going to share this great content with you so you guys can use this on your AWeber platform. So thank you so much to you and AWeber for joining us.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Take care. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, do you hear these businesses sounding like real email marketers? I know sometimes email can be daunting, right? You're thinking about this and you're like, oh my goodness, I have so many things to do in my business, right? I have to, pull the plan together, implement the plan. Now you want me to do email. Think about it this way, right? If you're building a database of people that you're talking to, right? They're in the middle of your funnel. You can continue to talk to them. You can ask them questions. You can ask them to buy from you. You can ask them to share. You can ask them to connect. That's how you build your community, right? You can use email as that place to really drive revenue as well, because these are the people who you can say, hey, I have a new campaign. I want to send this out to these people that trust me. You've already built trust with people. If they've given you their email address, they said, I want you in my email box, in my inbox at least once a month. So take full advantage of that and leverage email marketing to take your business to the next level. Guys, I am so excited that you guys were able to join the show today. And we had AWeber here with us and Emily and all the businesses. And you heard exactly what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. So if you can take just one thing from tonight, we want you to take one of those tips and make sure and implement it. Go take a look at your emails, find out if you need to segment them. What do you need to do? Go back to your email database. Go back to your emails. It's really, really important for you. I can't say it enough. Go back to your emails. Start collecting emails if you're not. I am Tamara Moluwi, founder of Monovan Digital Marketing Solutions, and we'll be here next week where we'll have the mentors. Now, who are the mentors? These are the people that made it through season 1 and they saw results from what we did here at this digital marketing boot camp. So they're going to come back, they're going to talk to the businesses, and then they're going to come back and the businesses are going to tell us what they learned from these mentors, because I know this can all be overwhelming. Pulling together a digital marketing strategy for your business can be overwhelming. So we're going to give them every bit of help along the way. So again, super excited to be here with you guys, talking to you about the digital marketing strategy, talking to you about digital marketing. I am Tamara Moluwi. I'll be back here next week. And then the following week, can you imagine? The following week will be our season finale. Can't imagine that, right? We're almost at the season finale, 2 more weeks to go. So tell all your friends that have small businesses that they definitely need to check out the show. All right. Have a great night, guys. We will talk very soon.